let's now move on to some of the differences with Hobbes. Now, I'll explain in just a second what the main features of Locke's view of the state of nature are. But before I do, someone explain to me what the basic features of Hobbes' state of nature is. So, this is what we spent a lot of time talking about on Monday. Sam?
Basically that everyone's working for their own self-interest and self-profit, so they fight against each other to enrich themselves and them.
Yep, excellent. Anything further to that? Yeah?
And talking about the Hobbesian state of nature,
Yeah.
that people as a sort of economy negative view of people, and that without government and its chaos and in a sense that well that's talked about, and it's very detrimental to the life of that.
Yeah, yeah. And why? Why does Hobbes have that view? Why are they in competition? Yeah.
He saw the death of the king and then this huge power vacuum that followed and really fighting and chaos
Uh-huh.
in the ecosystem.
Yeah, that's certainly an influence on him. But in terms of how he rationalizes it, why does he think that people, when they're in this condition, will end up fighting against each other?
Distrust of each other?
Distrust, yeah. And why do they distrust each other?
Because self-preservation is the primary motive.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yep.
Because all people are inherently evil, and so if I can find someone else's death, they
Wow, I don't think it's quite fair to say that he believes everyone's evil. I think it's more
equal.
equal. Sorry, yes. Yeah, that's much more correct. But people often do suggest that Hobbes is arguing that human nature is evil. But yeah, you're right in saying that it doesn't come from that. It's rather because of this distrust, because everyone is equal, and therefore everyone can be a threat to everyone else's life. Okay, right, so that's the Hobbesian view. Locke agrees that this state of nature, this existence before government, really did exist, but he does not believe that equality leads to fear and conflict, as Hobbes does. Instead, he thinks that even when you have no government, where there's no authority telling people how they have to act, that in fact, you still have trust and quite a lot of cooperation between people, which is why you have these people dancing merrily in a circle here. That's the sort of Lockean view of the state of nature. Where that Hobbes, they'd be all kind of warily watching each other and potentially fighting. Now, how is it that Locke reaches a different conclusion? So far, they're pretty much in step with one another. Equality, state of nature. But they part company because, whilst Hobbes believes that where there is no government, there is no law, there is no morality, and the people can act in whatever way they wish, including attacking each other, that's not Locke's view. He believes that within this state of nature, there is still law. And he explains this in a famous passage in Treatise 2, chapter 2, by saying, the state of nature has a law of nature to govern it, which obliges everyone, and reason, which is that law, teaches all mankind who will but consult it, that being all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. Right, so what he's saying is that even when there is no law written down, there is no police force, there's no government, there are no leaders, we are still all, as humans, bound by certain rules, by certain laws, that all of us know to be kind of correct. And so, we know that we shouldn't harm another, we shouldn't take their life, we shouldn't injure them, we shouldn't capture them, imprison them, or take their possessions. And we've spoken a bit before about what natural law is, leading on from kind of Aristotle when we talked about Aquinas, that these things that we just sort of know are right or or wrong. But the problem, of course, with natural law is who defines it. That do we all agree that natural law is exactly the same thing? Well, unfortunately, when it comes to Locke, he doesn't go into a great deal of detail as to what exactly the law of nature is. He doesn't define it very clearly. And the reason for this is because for Locke, he just believes it's self-evident. He believes that it's simply common sense that we all know that these things are wrong. He gives a bit of a clue that we reach this understanding through reason. If we simply think about what is right and wrong, we will get to the right conclusion. We will realize that it's wrong to hurt other people. In contrast to Hobbes, Locke is also a much more religious